shit, yeah, they breath stank. Walk up in the club, dripping like I'm fresh paint. I can see through the facade like...
What's going on, fight fans? It's another great day when you love MMA. Welcome back to Mad Matty Fight Talk. Mad Matty once again with Crazy Chris. It's been a crazy weekend of fights.
The rematch, right, with Petr Yan and Aljamain Sterling, that was an interesting fight, and it laid out differently than the last time. Because if you remember last time, Petr was winning leading in. He was about 3-1 on the scorecards, I believe, on rounds going into that fifth round before he got disqualified. So
they only went 3 rounds, and they had it 2-1. From what I saw, the first 2 to Sterling, the last one was going to Yan, and the tides were turning heavily for Yan in the first fight. If you guys missed that, obviously the first time Sterling fought Yan, he got illegally struck in the head in the third round.
I thought it went at least the 4th round. Was it really just 3 rounds?
Yeah, it was the 3rd round. I'm pretty sure. I know it was the 4th at the very latest, but I'm pretty fucking sure it was the middle to the end of the 3rd round. Yan started fucking... The 2nd round was a little more even. He could have went either way. The 3rd round, definitely Yan started taking over the fight, and it looked like he was going to have an easy time winning that fight if he just would have dragged it out instead of illegally striking him. Look, regardless.
What do you think about Aljo's performance? I mean, he backpacked him, literally had about 14, 15 minutes on just his back.
So UFC 273, they rematched. I think that Aljo fought. He said his neck injury was bothering him a lot, and I tend to believe that because he came out fighting extremely smart. Now, to be completely honest, the first round is where all of this controversy is coming from. Where I don't know. I think Dana White thought Yan won the fight and that he easily won the first round.
I don't know how you get, look, man, I'm a big Petr Yan fan, and I don't know how you could have scored it for Yan unless you really look at that first round and you could make an argument for it. I would have to watch it on 10 times to be able to actually, agree with that. But
you were going for Yan in the fight, right?
I was going for Yan in the fight. I actually lost $25 betting on Yan.
I was going for Yan in the fight, and we both know that Aljo won the first round. Unbiasedly. Yeah. Going against him, I know he won the round.
You actually mentioned something during that. You said he's going to have to do something. But, the thing where I think that Dana White, because Dana White's the type of person, right, big movements, right? Yan hit him a couple times, backed him up, made him scramble a little bit towards the end. That gets certain people thinking towards the end that all that was for nothing, right?
You landed two or three strikes, and Aljo was hammering your body with body kicks multiple times, controlled the distance, and actually didn't get touched that bad in the first round. I think he landed more than Yan did.
Okay. Well, let's look. The first round is what it is. But when you get backpacked for 3 rounds in a row after that, I mean, it was
2 rounds, and then the last 2 were Yan. That's why the first round, it's coming down to who won the first round.
Took his back again, though. He took his back 3 rounds in a row after that. Even in the 4th round, he took his back. Yes, Yan got out of it, but he still took his back. And I mean,
Yan got out of it extremely fast and started hammering him on the ground, and it was extremely hard for Aljo. Aljo started gassing out.
But round two, listen, I bet money on Yan, okay? And I'm making this argument. Round 2, when he's on your back and he's swinging, I mean, from here to here, and whacking him and stays on his back for 3.5, 4 minutes. How is that not a 10-8 round?
I mean, I don't know. Aljo, look, it's not a 10-8 because Aljo didn't dominantly ground and pound him. Let's be honest. He landed some good.
What more dominance do you need than not nullifying somebody and beating them up without?
Yeah, you control. He absolutely. I'm not arguing that. He absolutely
needs
round 2
some kind of real structure around a 10-8 round, because being able to sit there and not do anything and coast by a round, in a 3-round fight, that's not a big deal. But in a 5-round fight, that gives you a whole different advantage for the later rounds.
Yeah, round 2, round 3, Aljo absolutely handled him on the ground. He landed some solid strikes, but I wouldn't say that it was a ground and pound clinic by any means.
I said the 2nd round. I'm specifically talking about round 2.
Yeah, he landed some good strikes. I mean, I just watched it again, and it wasn't anything out of look, he had him on the ground, had his back, and absolutely couldn't do anything. That's what Aljo should have did in the first fight. But
I'm just saying that to me, that's an arguable 10-8 round.
It could be. I don't know what the fuck the judges are thinking in any fight, to be honest. I don't know what these guys are I don't know what these guys are looking for, because in most people who have fought or have fighting experience or have been judged in fights can kind of understand what judges, what you know when you're losing or you're winning, all right? 10-8, I would imagine that would be a 10-8 round. Look, the fight wasn't close to me, if you ask me. All right, Yan won the last 2 rounds, big fucking deal. In my eyes, he needed a finish to win the fight.
You know what's funny too is
so
he barely won. He barely won the last 2 rounds.
It wasn't an easy win either. Yeah, he snuck out a 10-9. That's fine. I mean, he did what he did fight a lot of takedowns. He stuffed a lot of those, and he landed some good ground and pound.
A little too late is my story for that fight. Yan did not look. There's one thing that happened that night. Is fucking Korean Zombie left himself in the locker room along with Petr Yan. Both of those guys didn't walk to the cage and show up.
Dude, let's just be honest though. Aljo's not getting the credit he deserves. I went for Yan. I thought Yan was going to put on a performance.
No,
the first
Aljo
time.
looked fucking great. And this
Aljo,
is what me and you talked about. This is what we thought was going to happen in the first fight. But when you're the type of person that takes a fucking knee and acts and throws, gets a Oscar award winning act for it, you tend to lose people. You know what I mean?
In my eyes, with that performance, I don't have any doubt that Aljamain Sterling is the deserving bantamweight champ. He redeemed himself. Before that knee happened.
I'm not a fan of Aljo anymore, but I will tell you right now, he's absolutely, in my eyes, he's the new champ.
Before that fight happened, he was already a great fighter. Like, no doubt in my mind. He was definitely the contender that you wanted to watch fight. He's good at fighting. That knee that he took and the act that he put on, I kind of lost respect for him. But with this last fight, he definitely redeemed himself, and he is definitely the champion. Because Yan has ran through fucking everybody.
So my question is, Dana's thinking about entertaining another one, or do you let Aljo fight TJ?
Dana White already said that Aljo's definitely fighting TJ Dillashaw next, and that Yan will most likely be getting a rematch if Aljo wins. And that fight, it's a different video for a different time, but that's going to be a really good matchup. Aljo thinks he's going to dominate.
So do you agree though? Do you like the TJ Aljo matchup?
Yes, I think that you give TJ Dillashaw. Listen, there's a reason why too. TJ is not a young guy, and he also got suspended for a number of years. He is a fucking killer of a fighter. You definitely have to give TJ his chance, because it's not like he lost the belt; he got stripped of it. So I would give TJ his well-deserved chance, and let him and Aljo stir up some shit, and let that fight happen. Let Yan go back to the drawing board.
TJ as a competitor, absolute phenomenal animal. TJ as a human being, what a piece of shit that guy is. But honestly, at the end of the day, that means nothing when you're looking at two guys in the cage trying to kill each other. It's going to be a great matchup. I'm very excited for that fight.
Yeah, Yan needs to go back and go to the drawing board, because I think if they did a rematch immediately, he would fight the same way and the same result would happen, because Aljo is fucking way better than him on the ground, and he had no answer for that shit. I mean, if your answer is wait till Aljo gets tired, not a good move. I don't think that's smart. And he barely won the last 2 rounds.
One last question. Max Holloway, Volkanovski. I mean, is it time to do it, baby? Let's do it. Or is Volko going to 155 and fighting for the 155?
Volkanovski's not going to 155. Volkanovski knows he's not the real champ until he look. There's a reason people don't cheer for you when you come out, because everybody knows Max Holloway won the second fight, and you barely won the first fight. They need to fucking fight again. Nobody's going to respect him as a champion until they do. I sure as fuck don't. You beat the Korean Zombie, who's 35 years old and who loves to get punched in the face. Not impressed. I'm not. I expected you to do that. What I was impressed by was how fucking fast Volkanovski looked in that fight. He is getting better, and he is a goddamn good fighter. But him and Holloway, they need to settle it.
Look, this is the thing. Korean Zombie, like I said, that was his going away party. He already said in an interview in Korea that he told the translator to say, look, man, I don't know if I have it in me anymore. I already, after losing this, I know I'm not going to be a champion. Once you say you're not going to be a champion, it's time to retire. He fought somebody who was on one leg in, one leg out. And I'm not taking anything away from him, but that's not the Korean Zombie I know that you fought, man. You didn't fight the Korean Zombie. You fought somebody else. But what I can say is, like you said, he looked absolutely fast. He looked super crisp. He's looking good. But now I want to see you fight a Yair Rodriguez, a Max Holloway. I want to see you fight some of these guys who will put it on your ass.
Volkanovski can run away to 155 if he wants, and that is going to be a division where he's going to run into serious fucking problems. You're going to be the next Michael Chandler of that division. You have speed, you have power, but I'm telling you, bro, so does everybody else, and they're a lot bigger than you. You need to fight Max, and if you beat Max, then I will put some respect on your name. As far as right now, look,
I think if he beats Max Holloway, that'll be 3 on the books, honestly. Give him a 155 title shot.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants after that. Listen, the second fight, Max straight up got robbed. Even Dana White said that. Anybody who watches that fight, if you think Volkanovski won, you're those fucking judges who don't know what you're doing.
So usually the media will say, "Who do you think?" Then Dana will say, "I thought Max won." Who did you got? Does anybody have it for Volko? And nobody said yes. Not one person.
And I think, look, and you have to think, if you're Volkanovski, you've already beat Max twice. Realistically, statistically, for life, you have 2 wins over this guy. He doesn't need to fight him again. And he keeps saying, I want to fight Max, because he knows who the best is. And the best is blessed, baby. But I'm just saying, look, Volkanovski's a great fighter, and regardless if he fights Max again or not, I do like watching him fight, and I think that people should respect him as a champion. But their styles are so good, and Max is by far one of the best featherweights to ever do it. So if you're saying Volkanovski is one of the greatest featherweight champions of all time, you better give Max his shot, because to me, your guys are 1-1. And I think in Volkanovski's head, they're 1-1. So
look, the way I see it is you watch Volkanovski fight Korean Zombie and then watch Max Holloway fight Yair Rodriguez, and you're going to know which person is ready to fucking rumble, man. And it's going to be Max. And I can't wait to see that rematch.
Look, my only issue with that Volkanovski and fucking Korean Zombie fight, it's nothing against Volkanovski. Korean Zombie had 8 weeks to train for this fight. It's not like he was a late replacement. He had a whole training camp. Volkanovski did exactly what he needed to do. Korean Zombie fought like a beast against Dan Ige, against Yair Rodriguez, until he got knocked out in the very last seconds of that fight. I don't know who the fuck stepped in the ring last weekend, but I don't recognize that. I right away, the first 3 punches landed, I was like, this is not going to be good. I don't even understand what happened. Like, it's still fucking with my head. It's like, dude, why would you even take a title fight if that's how you're going to fight? And honestly, you shouldn't go out like that. You should pull a Clay Guida and just start fighting really young guys who have no experience.
Look, my thing is, he needs to fight Max Holloway. The people need that shit. We need to see the fucking Blessed Express make its round back to the Volkanovski Down Under station. And let's get that belt back to Hawaii, because he got robbed. And I want to see that fight in Vegas where we can have our people there.
Well, I have a question for you, since we're on the topic of Alexander Volkanovski. Henry Cejudo is saying that he wants to come up to 145 and to get a crack at him. Now, if that doesn't happen...
Look, man. Look. After 6 months of being in the USADA pool, which he is now in, all right, after having a baby, he's no longer 125. The boy is eating. I have kids. I know what it's like. He's a grown-ass man now, but let's be real. You're 5'4", buddy. You're 5'4".
I don't think that Cejudo, Triple C, fucking King of Cringe should even... Bro, you have not fought anybody at 145.
No, come by all means. Look, after your 6 months USADA pool, let's get you in there. I believe 135, but if you want to jump into 145, buddy, there's Yair Rodriguez. There's all these people.
He wants Volkanovski. That's what he said.
Dana White already said you're not going to come in and say whatever, do whatever we want. You want to fight Volkanovski, you're going to fight a top contender at 145 and prove to me you can make the weight and that you can fight these people and win. So he's going to have to fight a Brian Ortega, Yair Rodriguez. He's going to have to fight somebody at the top of that food chain. And let's be Calvin Kattar. And all of those guys, buddy, they're strong, fast, quick, and very powerful, and they're not 125ers, bro. So you're not going to be using your wrestling, dumping these guys. Yeah, it's great to have really good technique and be that guy. But look, what happened to Cormier when he went from light heavyweight to heavyweight, right? He got knocked out, and guess what? That wasn't by a wrestler. So the thing is, when you're that short and you're trying to come into a weight class that first of all, it's 2 weight classes above your fighting weight. It's like if I said, I used to fight at 145, 135. Let me fight at 70 and 85. That makes, I'm 5'6". That makes no sense. So it sounds stupid to me, but hey, you're Triple C. You're the king of cringe. Go ahead and make it happen, buddy.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get paid. And I mean, he wants to put a legacy and get 3 titles. But at the end of the day, look, Volkanovski. Look,
at the end of the day, he's training these guys. He's still young enough, and he just had his baby. Now he's bored. And he wants to fight. Go fight. But go fight at 145 and stop asking for the best guys in the world. Because you and me know how it is. Once you're out for a few years and you see these guys, oh, I can still do it. No, you can't. You can't. So guess what? I'm not backing up Henry Cejudo. I think you're stupid as fuck. And if you get that Volkanovski fight, Volko has literally said, I would be more than happy to have them serve you up on a dish to me.
Yeah, I mean that would be a crazy thing, but I mean that's just word that's going around. But also, I wouldn't mind seeing if Volkanovski does beat Max and moves up to 155. I would just be very curious to see if he would favor well in that weight class. Because personally, I think that's gonna there's gonna.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine Henry Cejudo knocks out Volkanovski and he has to fight Max Holloway?
Yeah, Max is gonna fucking get the belt right back. Look, Henry doesn't want to win the belt in that division because he's not gonna hold it for long.
That's why Dana White won't even let him have that chance, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and regardless, like if Volkanovski ends up moving up to 155, that's going to be a whole nother world of problems for him. I think these guys need to just stay where the fuck they're at. If you want to take a title shot against Oliveira, go ahead, and I guarantee you're going to get tapped out, and you're going to be right back down at 45 defending your title. It doesn't go well for guys moving up, other than Daniel Cormier when he knocked Stipe out the first time, but then got destroyed the 2 times after that. So it's not easy, and you're not going to have too much fun, but. And actually, DC did pretty good at heavyweight. I think he beat Derek Lewis as well. So
he did extremely well. But my point was, comfortability, right? When you're comfortable at a certain weight, you don't have to make that weight cut. You think it's going to be easier. Then you realize these guys are making that weight cut that you're comfortably not making anymore. So these guys are coming in hungry, 30 pounds, 40 pounds lower. You know what I mean? They blow up. You're not fighting a guy at 145. Now you're fighting a guy who's walking around at 170, 175, 180. Some of these guys go back up to 190. I know Gray Maynard used to fight at 155 when he fought Frankie Edgar in Las Vegas, Randy Couture's camp. I had a friend there, and he was saying, bro, this guy's walking around at 195 right now. He's cutting 40 pounds to fight this guy. You know what I mean? So when you're Henry Cejudo and you're blown up to 145, that's all fine and dandy, buddy. But you're fighting guys that are going to be way, way bigger.
Yeah, I don't think he has the chin power or the chin.
That's what I'm
strength
saying.
to be taking shots from guys that are that strong.
Already accomplished that far in life. Why risk it, dude? Why risk the legacy, right? Because what we're gonna remember, like with Conor McGregor, I don't remember Conor being a double champ. Now the last memory is him losing twice in a row and getting his leg broken, right? Do you want to be that guy, or do you want to go out there and act? You know, because what would be great is if he goes in there and beats Volkanovski, and now he has all those belts. That'd be great. That'd be the fairy tale ending, but that's not realistic, and that's not how human life works.
Yep. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. The future will tell all. But yeah, guys, hit us in the comments below. Hit the bell icon to be notified when we drop more content. What do you guys think of these fights? Let me know in the comments. But we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Haters talking shit, yeah, they breath stank. Walk up in the club dripping like I'm fresh paint. I can see through the facade like